Hi, it's April 11th in the evening. I guess it's nighttime, not really evening anymore. Today is day 12 in Chicago, which is absolutely insane. I've been here 12 days and have only seen the inside of a hospital once. um, so today was a good day. Woke up like super early, like 6 a.m., and went on a walk, and then came back and kind of putzed around, and then went on like a 3 hour walk with a couple of the other mid levels, which was great. And it was really sunny out and got some fresh air. And we went like down south, south. So that was good just to get out. And then, yeah, what did I? Then, oh my gosh. So, one of my best friends, Holly from college, she's a nurse as well. She works in the adult ICU. Um, she just had her baby on Wednesday, and all of my college girlfriends did a Zoom meeting, like video chat, and got to meet her baby Bo, and he's so perfect and so beautiful, and I love him so much. It's just like I can't even. Oh, it just makes me like want to cry just like thinking about like the joy that a baby can bring into our lives during this time. It's really difficult time for everyone, and just that new life and hope for the future really comes with children. And uh, he's just so perfect, and I'm so lucky that I get to be in his life and Holly's life too, and her husband Chris. But yeah, it just like really got me thinking about um, just this season and our relationships. And I think I've always really valued my relationships with my family and my friends. But I think it's just even more important now to stay in touch and reach out to everyone, especially like these type of situations. Mental illness really does come out, and people who have underlying mental illness, it brings out a lot of just trauma, and I think it's really important to make sure we're staying in touch and telling people we love them, and even if it's just a text or just a quick phone call, I think it's really important. I know that it's just for me right now, like feeling that love, even if it's from like far, is like definitely what helps every day. And helps with like the anxiety and how scary it is what's going on right now, and helps with the isolation. Um, yeah, and just I think my family and extended family has always done a pretty good job of trying to keep in touch and be supportive and everything. I mean, like my aunts and uncles fly to graduations. Like my parents flew out to my cousin Connor's nursing graduation, and we've flown to like high school graduations, and it's just like they show up, and which I just think is so special. And just I feel so grateful to be a part of a family who is like that. Even like we're talking extended family, like my aunts and uncles, and they're just so loving. And then Michael's family, as I'm like joining his family, his aunts have all checked in on me and sent me messages, and his mom and his dad and his brother and sister-in-law, just everyone has just been so great. I just feel so fortunate to be just surrounded, even though I'm not with them, just to be surrounded by all that love. um, it's just amazing. And I do just like I worry about the people who don't have that. And I think it's important if you do know people who don't have that support system and you can kind of help in your own way. I think we should all try and reach out more than we normally do, um, just to keep people going. Um, it was a little last week. 2 years ago, one of my best friends committed suicide, and I think we all reached out as much as we could. There, we couldn't, that it was in her head, but I know that like at this time that people do have those terrible thoughts and they get just like that negative possession in their mind, and they just don't want to see anything bad happen to anyone, because it's really hard and scary to go through that and to see your loved ones like hurt in a way where they don't feel like they can get out. And if we can support people, I think that's so great. But yeah, so I think just right now I just feel really happy in the sense of the support I've been getting, and it definitely fills my heart. But yeah, I just worry about people. So I think, yeah, that just for me, that's just a big deal right now. I know that Chelsea's mom was watching this, and she sent me a really, really special email last week about Heron's and her experience with Chelsea the day of her funeral, and we just had a really similar experience, and it just was so meaningful to me that she reached out and told me a story through an email. And I don't know her mom very well. We met a couple times when Chelsea and I were living together, but I don't feel like I ever really got to know her, and it just means so much, even like to have someone who doesn't know me well to reach out like that and to just share some love. Yeah, I just think it's really amazing. So I hope that we all can do that every day for someone, because it doesn't take a lot of effort, especially just to shoot a message over to someone, just to check in and tell them you love them, make sure they're doing all right. Even if they aren't doing all right, just knowing that someone's thinking about them, I think can make a world of difference, that people just need to know they're cared about. Yeah. I don't know. I think the more that we go through this and the longer we have to be kind of isolated from each other, the more important we become to each other to get through, and hopefully get back to normal eventually, but who knows what that new normal will be. But yeah, tomorrow's Easter, which is crazy. Gosh. It's such a big holiday for the world. I mean, it's Passover, it's Easter, you know, it's a time where families get together and kind of celebrate transitioning into spring, new life, rebirth, all of that. And I think it's going to be really hard for a lot of families that they aren't going to get together. They're used to these traditions that aren't going to happen. We used to do Easter with my grandparents every year in Colorado Springs growing up. And they had the most beautiful garden in their backyard, and we used to do our whole Easter egg hunt and candy, and Grandma would buy these awful, like, she didn't make them, she would buy these awful hot cross buns that just tasted terrible, but she always brought them, and I think we would just shove them down and swallow them to make her happy. Yeah, I don't know if my grandmother died over Christmas this past year, and I know holidays like this were just so important to her. And I know to the older generation, these holidays are a really big deal, just getting family together. And I know they're going to be missing that. And if we can just, hopefully everyone will be able to do something special with their family, even if it is just over, virtual, like chats and stuff like that. But I don't know. My heart's not heavy in the sense of like despair. It's just heavy in the sense of like wanting people to feel connected and loved, and hoping that everyone can feel as loved and supported as I do by my family and friends. Yeah. I think that's all I got for today. But it's day 12. and we're going to the hospital on Monday. So I think we're opening on Monday for patients, but I think for sure we're going to be working. So that's good news. So day 12, April 11th.